Hello and welcome to the Spotlight Show, where we put the spotlight on people from all over the world. We are live at Woostar Studios. I am your host, the Unlucky Leprechaun, aka Twitchy Terry, aka the Bipolar High Roller. I am Matt Clark. We have a very special guest from the Inner Work Podcast, the host. Put your hands together for Danny Ferguson. What's up, man?
What's up, Matt? Thanks for having me on here, brother. I really appreciate you.
Of course.
Really appreciate you and everything that you do and helping me get started with my podcast.
Awesome.
It's I'm very grateful for it.
So what else is going on, bro? What you got going on besides doing a podcast? What's going on with you?
Right now, not too much, man. I'm really focused on growing, like personally, and doing my thing, in and out of the program, but just really focused on like the spiritual piece for myself and learning to, attract these things into my life rather than chase things.
And would you call that manifestation?
Yeah, I would call it manifestation.
That's cool. I think that's something I want to touch up on.
Yeah.
In what ways do you say is your best way to manifest things? Like, what is it? Is it affirmations? Is it meditation? Is it prayer? What is it?
So I feel like for myself, and this is something that I've started to take a look at, is it's visualization, right? It's through meditations. You can do it on your own. You can do guided meditations. I've found meditations with this. Dr. Joe Dispenza has really good ones. But it's really visualizing it, feeling it like you've already had it, and then learning to let it go. And I think that is like the difficult part. What I've started to realize is like letting go of it, right? Because I want to hold on to it and I want it. And just really quickly, like I've learned for myself, right? It's like that when I manifest, I have to realize that like I'm worthy of what I'm asking for and what I want in my life and to bring into my life. I have to realize that I'm worthy of that. Now, I've kind of come to the awareness within myself of there's a lot of things, as I touch on my podcast, that events and situations that happened in my childhood that told me I wasn't worthy, right? And that I've subconsciously carried into my adult life. So when I'm trying to manifest these things, I have to really feel that I'm worthy of it. But I don't even realize that I have these blockages, these traumas, these things in my past that are not allowing me to manifest what I want to bring into my life. So that's where like the issue, or when you say issue, right? Because it's not an issue, but I see that's where the obstacles in manifesting for me have kind of come into play.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I feel the best time to manifest for me is when I'm in bed at the end of the night. That's like my time when I really just focus on like what I want and what I think I should have, and usually it's been coming true. Like I feel like I manifested this. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel like I manifested this, and also there's a fine line between like, did you earn it or did you manifest it?
Yeah.
And like I believe in both.
Yeah.
Like you got to put in the footwork to get like, just because like you see it, you still got to like work for it.
Yes, 100%. And I think that's something I've been lacking in doing out of fear, right? Even around the podcast, and now I'm starting to kind of getting onto my feet and putting myself out there. And that's why, man, I'm so grateful for you, man, because like you have no idea like how much you're helping me, like in my manifestation, and like you're part of the path, right? Like, and that's we're all it's helping each other, right? And it's living in this altruistic way of life.
Yeah, I feel like if you give, you get, but you can't like expect to get. You just got to give without expectations. And I truly believe in that. Like I've always been that way, and like I don't hold on to anything. Like I don't need anything. And like I believe that if you give, you get, and I stand by that.
Yeah, I agree. And I'd be lying if there wasn't times where I feel like I'm giving to expect something in return.
Of course.
But yeah, man, I mean, I even see it with you of like just helping me out, like doing it unconditionally, and like that's what it's all about. It's really like doing things without expectations, because I've always had hidden motives, right? Like I open the door for like an old woman and she doesn't say thank you or something, you're like, fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck that old lady. So are you in a stand-up comedy at all?
No. I'm not. I've thought about like entertaining in general, but I'm really like just want to like follow my heart, my passion. I feel like that's what's leading me down kind of my subject.
You'd be a good host.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you'd be a good host.
I appreciate it. I think so.
Throw a little banter in there, a little witty banter.
Yeah. I've always felt that too. I was even gonna say that before I came on here. There's something about that, like using the little zingers.
You saw Bill Burr. I mean, this was a while ago now, but you saw Bill Burr at Fenway Stadium. Tell me about that a little bit.
I thought he was funny, and just honestly, like I thought he held the crowd, like was a good entertainer and used the crowd very well, and just the venue itself was an awesome venue, being at Fenway. But honestly, I mean, this was one of my first times going to stand-up comedy, like live. I didn't think that he was on there for like 35 minutes, man. And I was like, we ended up leaving like a little bit early because I think it was a little bit overpriced for what we were, going to see. But
you got to put all the factors in there.
Yeah. I'd love to see Theo though. Theo Bonds.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna buy tickets. I just didn't have a ride. We could have went, dude. Cause he's, I think it's March. Yeah. He's gonna be at Amherst.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna see him wicked bad, dude. He's in my top 5 for sure. Not of all time, but of like the last 10 years for sure, Theo.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch his solo podcast?
Yeah, I see like clips of it. His comedy's just fucking great, dude. Yeah. I think a lot of people either like dig it and you're like, all right, this guy's fucking hilarious, or it's like this guy's fucking.
I think he's a genius.
Yeah, he is.
What else is going on, dude?
Something I wanted to touch on. It was something I don't really touch in my podcast. But like something that's really helped change my life is like the gym and fitness and like eating healthy and like all the benefits of that.
Yeah.
And just like the gym in general of like the discipline, you know what I mean? And that discipline of doing that, and it just kind of rolls into like other parts of my life,
Yeah, you told me, man, and like I kind of took it to heart a little bit. Like, you're like, why would I work out so hard and then waste it away by eating like shit?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, ever since I grew up, like food was always like a celebratory thing. Like we celebrated everything with food. Yeah. And like I still feel that way. Yeah. Like good day at work, extra McDonald's.
Yeah.
And like my family was always like that. We just like really valued food and like eating together, and like and I still bring that to like my life today. And I eat like trash, dude. I eat terribly. And I think that's something that I need to, like, I feel like that would change my life.
Yeah.
If I focused on health and wellness, and but it's not easy.
It's not, dude. But I can relate, and I think that like that's like the problem with today's world, like society, is like it's fucking, there's McDonald's everywhere, man. Like, and I fucking love McDonald's too, dude. And I have McDonald's every now and then. But like I feel like shit, right? Yeah. Like I feel like shit afterwards. I don't feel great, and just the benefit. And it's like anything else, dude. Like I drink water now, like strictly water. I'll have black coffee maybe like once in a blue moon, like in the morning if I'm really tired. But I didn't fucking enjoy drinking water for like the first 3 to 6 months where I was just drinking water. And now it's like it's become like ingrained in me of like, if I have soda now, I'm like, oh, my body like rejects it. You know what I mean?
Black coffee, what are you, a Civil War vet, dude?
I know. Yeah, I get it, but yeah.
It's like a single father thing to drink black coffee, dude.
It's like I don't even know. Sounds like, I don't want to say it's someone beating their wife. Like, coffee, but I think that's more along the lines of what you're getting at.
Well, good thing you don't have a wife to beat.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
Too codependent for that.
Yeah. That's a big thing in my life too. Codependency. Like I'm a very codependent person. Not violence. No, violence is not a part of my life. But I'm a very codependent person. That's like
Mm.
I'm currently not in a relationship, and like I can just feel it. You know what I mean? Like
I do.
it's not a good quality, but it's like I feel like it's something in our generation that we just feel like we need other people to feel whole.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to work through that. That's something I'm trying to work through personally.
Yeah.
And like by being not in a relationship, it makes it a lot easier. Cause like I have like 3 friends, so like, and I don't feel the need to be around them all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a lot different than how I used to feel.
Yeah, you get that, and I can relate a lot to it, man. There were times fucking a year and a half ago, I'm like in my apartment going to the grocery store, obsessing in my head. I'm like, I wonder if the girl's gonna be here when I get into the like going to the grocery store thinking, higher power, something's gonna like put a girl in my life, like obsessing, right? Is because like you said, man, like I can't find the love within myself, and dude, I'm still there, right? Like there's levels to it, man, where there's times where I'm like, oh, I'm just so fucking lonely, right? And I want to point out too that it's a human condition, you know, right? Like it's part of our instincts, and like as fucking like we're like cavemen, dude. We're like, like literally, dude. Like our natural instinct is to like mate and like be with someone.
Yeah, I didn't really put that one word out there. It's just lonely.
It is.
It's just like that's what codependency is. It's just like loneliness.
Yeah.
But
I think it's beautiful that 2 men can like sit down and talk about this, right? You see the Sean Strickland and like Theo interview, like that shit was like, yes, dude, we need more of that. Like I think that's what my goal is on the podcast I'm doing, is really to try to expose other adults to like, this is fucking normal, man. And it's like, honestly, it's so brave to be able to like talk about these things and be honest about like how we're feeling, because you know what I mean?
I didn't expect to get this deep, but I think I think a lot of my codependency issues revolve around like my mom passed when I was young, and like I have mommy issues.
I get it.
So like I find my like sanctity in like women.
Yep.
And like I find peace in women, which I mean, it's really just finding peace with yourself.
Yeah.
Which is
difficult.
also not easy.
No,
so like and the way I do that is like I meditate, I pray, and like I just hope for the best, really. And like we were talking about in the beginning, like manifestation, like I don't ask to manifest love. That's like one thing I don't ask. And like maybe it's a cheat code. Maybe that's what it is, dude. I don't know. But yeah, so that's like I don't manifest. I don't try to manifest money.
Yeah.
I don't try to manifest cars.
Yeah.
I just mostly just like success and being happy with myself. Like I want to be an entertainer, and in all realms. Yeah. And like that's pretty much what like I try to manifest. Like at night, that's just like when I'm in my pocket.
Yeah. And
like I really am able to like visualize this stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's important, man. It's like, and I believe a lot in affirmations. Like I like listening to them like when I sleep. Not so much anymore. I'm more of a meditation music guy now.
I love it.
Yeah. That's what I do when I go to sleep.
Yeah.
Do you sleep easily? Or
dude, I don't, bro. I was just about to talk about that. Like I've been having trouble like sleeping at night. Just, you know, I don't know what it is. I think right now I'm just going through a lot of change, and I've always had a little bit of difficulty sleeping. So, I don't know. I can get in my head a lot. I can be in my head, you know, and it's easier said than done sometimes to just realize that like be the observer of my thoughts, or realize my thoughts aren't real. Like I can know that, but like I can go down that rabbit hole and be up for fucking hours. Yeah, I think about 6th grade and I'm like, I can't let it go, dude. The other cheat code is I take sleeping medication. That's good. So like those thoughts come, but they go pretty quickly because I'm like asleep within 20 minutes. That's solid. Yeah.
I mean, whatever works for you. You know what I
It
mean?
works. I've thought about, dude, it's weird how like everything's, you know, I've really thought about like I'm just gonna take melatonin, dude, because I fucking have trouble sleeping, man.
Melatonin's candy.
Yeah,
Children's candy. Melatonin, like, there's at least one mom out there that gives their kid melatonin at like 6:30, like,
yeah, oh yeah,
which could be child abuse, I think.
No, I don't think melatonin is that.
No, I'm kidding. But if you put your kid to bed when the sun's still out, there's a problem.
Yeah, I can see that. I think they're just trying to put them to bed then.
Yeah, that's all they're trying to do. Trying to go do single mom things, like go to Applebee's.
Yeah.
With a random man they met on the internet.
With the $2 margaritas or whatever they got there. I remember drinking those things back in the day, dude, and they were like, when I talk, oh man, like well drinks, is that what they call them? Right? Like the drink, like you get the well drinks where they use like the cheap fucking liquor and everything. Like, dude, those drinks were, whew.
Yeah.
Oh, at Applebee's, those $3 margarita things, those things are lethal, but they're like, oh, dude.
All juice.
It makes me cringe now.
Yeah. I was never I was always like a pussy when it came to alcohol.
Yeah.
I mean, I could drink it with the best of them, but like, there's men out there that drink IPAs and think it's like tastes good.
It's not.
Yeah.
Give me the 13 ball handle of vodka, dude. That's what I would drink.
Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with your story, so like I know that about you, which is kind of funny. But were you a mixed drinker, or did you chase it, or we don't have to talk about
No,
it.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care, man. I think it is everything. You know, we can help other people. Like, I mean, it's good to talk about this sometimes, but yeah, man. I mean, I didn't mix it at all. I was like, dude. I would drink drink it. I wouldn't like chase it with like Gatorade, and like that's it. Like $13 handle of vodka, chase it with Gatorade. I was puking, man. My body was like rejecting it for like the last couple of years when I was drinking. It was not a fun experience for me. So even when you bring up drinking, it's like, it's a reminder. I don't think of happy times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think of that, you know?
Yeah, when I think of drugs, there's plenty of happy times that I had. So
happy times.
Yeah, but it was a roll of the dice, dude. There was no telling how that night was going to turn out.
It's a miracle that we're alive.
Yeah.
I think
it truly is a miracle, and I'm just happy to be trying to do the best that I can.
Yeah, dude.
And like, I think that's important, really. As long as you're just like I always used to say this, like when I was working in kitchens and stuff, like it can be a lack of experience, but as long as it's not a lack of effort, like you just gotta, as long as you're putting effort in, everything's gonna work out the way it's supposed to.
I agree. Not to go too deep into it or anything, but like you were saying about like trying your best, and what I see in you, man, a lot of is just like you're you. You know what I mean? Like you're you. Like when you're Matt Clark, right? Like you're your authentic self, right? Like you treat people the way you would want to be treated, and I think that that's a very important quality that I look for in a friend, right? And I look for in people that I want to surround myself with. Is I want to see someone who's authentic, right? I don't want to see someone who's, you know, being a douche.
I know this term gets thrown around loosely a lot, and I didn't mean to trample on you, but
no, you're good.
This term gets thrown around loosely a lot. The word empath, and I truly believe I'm an empath, and like I just want, like you said, I just want people to feel as good as I do, or when I feel bad, I don't want them to feel bad. You know what I mean? Like. I just want people to be happy, and almost to the point where I'm a people pleaser, but like, I don't know, it's not the worst quality to have.
No. So what can you like pick up on how other people are feeling? Like if you're around someone, if someone's we both can relate to working in a treatment center, right? Like that's where it's being an empath is fucking oof, dude. You gotta be. That is not fun. That is not fun. That is difficult.
So what's funny is I was a client when you worked there.
Yep.
And I remember I would ask you, do you take this home with you?
Yeah.
And like, that's a big question, man, because like, I do and I don't. Sometimes I'm just so happy to be out of there that I don't give a fuck what any of those people are thinking.
Yeah.
But there's other times where like those stories really resonate with me, and like I can feel them.
Yeah.
And I can feel the like the desperation.
Yeah.
And I remember the desperation, man. And like they say, desperation's a gift, and I believe that. Like,
I believe so too.
yeah, I was so desperate to get it this time, and I really wanted to.
Yeah, man.
So like,
Gotta want to stay sober more than you want to use, right?
yeah.
But I agree, dude. The empath thing is, yeah, it's difficult. Right?
Yeah,
you have a big heart. I have a big heart. Right?
Yeah.
We want to help people, but we gotta help ourselves too. And I think that's the difficult thing is like learning to detach from it. Not even in work, just in general, right? It's like when someone's feeling their shit, dude. It's like that's your shit. That's not mine.
Yeah. You gotta learn how to just
Yeah.
clean your side of the street and keep it moving.
Yeah. And it's hard though, right? Like we want that codependency piece, right?
Yeah.
Where that codependency or in just having a big heart and wanting to really help others, it's tough to kind of separate those two at times.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
My guy.
I'm just happy to be here,
I'm
dude.
happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Right.
It's been a roller coaster the last couple of years, but like I feel like I'm in a position now where like I'm just going with it and everything's going good, man. And I'm just really appreciative and really grateful for that.
Yeah, man. I'm appreciative for you, dude. And
Yeah.
to be able to watch you come from the funny farm to here, dude.
The funny farm, yeah. Every time my mom would go to rehab, my dad would be like, "She's in the funny farm again, dude."
When you said that to me when I was working, bro, you had me dying.
Yeah, dude.
Dying. That was the
funny.
funniest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, I did plenty of time in the funny farm, dude. But like, I'm at a place like I would always hear older white guys say this, like, no complaints.
Yeah.
And I truly have no complaints right now. Like, you know, there's small things in my life that I'm working on fixing, but like, I have no complaints, bro. I have the job that I like dreamed of having.
Yeah.
I help people every day, and if I can't help them, I like at least care about them.
Yeah.
And like that's the two things like I try to say like you need in that job. And like when they ask me my goals and gratitude in the morning, like I always say like I just want to be helpful and caring.
Hell yeah.
And that's like the two qualities that like I really try to have.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, so like I help people every day, and like I don't hurt anybody. I don't hurt myself. Besides eating McDonald's at like 9:30 at night.
That might hurt your colon a little bit.
Yeah, it hurts my fucking
Asshole.
yeah. Yeah. Hurts my fucking girlish figure, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are you? Before we get out of here, what are your goals and gratitude, bro? What do you got?
I like that, man. Like I think that there's times where I can drift away from gratitude because I want to grow but man, just to be sober today. Like,
Yeah.
But to be sober, man, like it's fucking a miracle. Like I said earlier, it's a miracle that I'm alive and like sober, and to be able to be present in like I'm copying you, right? But like to be able to be helpful to other people, man, like I wasn't helpful. I wasn't able to be helpful to let alone anyone else, never mind myself, but to have purpose, right? And like to have purpose in my life today and to be present, you know, and not to be in those chains of fucking alcohol and drugs, man.
Yeah.
It is
Chained up, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Chained up.
It really feels like a different life, right?
It does.
It does. What would you say to people out there like struggling with addiction?
You're worth it.
Yeah.
You're worth it. Like you're worth being clean. You're worth having your family back. You're worth having a good job. And don't focus on things like work. Like to be staying clean. Just like focus on being you and being just like the best person you can be. That's my advice. And like surrender. That's a big one. And like that's a word that like we use. That's like a program word, kind of like people who don't do drugs don't use the word surrender. You know what I mean?
No.
But you gotta surrender to like just the fact that you can't do drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Like that's a big one. Once you decide that, like you can't smoke crack like a gentleman. Like you
Just can't do it.
yeah, you can't drink wine like a housewife, dude.
No.
You can't do it. So like once you get over that and you realize like that shit isn't gonna make you happy, then like you're in the right direction.
Yeah,
I believe that.
I agree. Yeah, there was a lot of times where I just wouldn't surrender. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, there's hope. There's hope.
There's hope.
There
yeah,
is hope. Oh,
for sure.
I didn't think that there was any. Dude, if you were to tell me we were doing this, fucking, oh my god, bro, I'd tell you you're out of your tree, dude.
Yeah.
There's no way I would
When
see
I was the
myself.
client there.
Yeah. Or just in general, dude. Even when I was like struggling with my shit, dude,
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
sitting on here and like doing something like this would have terrified me, dude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to sit in front of a microphone and talk about myself and way too vulnerable, right? Like I was just way too scared, man. But there's hope out there, right? Like there's hope out there, and there's a life after alcohol and drugs, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So man, thank you so much.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate
Plug your
it.
show real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, so the inner work.
We'll be
coming
on
out.
very soon. Very, very soon.
Yeah, check it out. I appreciate you guys for having me. And Matthew for having me on here. It's always a pleasure. He's a great dude right here. So thanks, man.
Yeah, just go follow the Spotlight Network, Matt Clark Comedy, and we will see you next time.
Have a good one.